Hi everyone, good afternoon. So this is PD Hu talking here. Sorry I cannot be present on the venue this afternoon, so I make this video to briefly share myself and the projects we are collaborating here. So if you want to find all the links I'm going to talk about, you can go to the Google Documents, and the short link is bit.ly Census HKU. As long as you go there, you will find all the links here and also the outline we are going to talk about. Okay, so about myself, I am a teacher in Hong Kong Baptist University. I teach data journalism. So all my courses are related with data and media. And there is one common course about blockchain because I'm also interested in all kinds of cutting edge technology and their application in the media domain. If you are interested in this area called data journalism, you can go to this link. This is a list of data courses in Hong Kong. I recently curated this list, so you can find courses from different institutions. They are related with data journalism in some way. Some are more about tools, some are more about workflow. So hope you can find this useful. Okay, so as to our Gazetteer project, it was a community project, a spin-off from the Hong Kong open data community. It was a hackathon project out of one weekend, and then some of us continued to work on this project and turned it into the current form. Let me briefly show you what the Gazetteer project looks like. So the first visualization is about the data mapper. For example, you may have a lot of questions related with Hong Kong, like what is the male to female ratio? And we can see the peak area is a bit light. That means there are less female residents, basically meaning the male to female ratio is low. What if we show the median monthly household income? And you can find those areas are quite rich, right? So some of you probably already spot the correlation here. Of course, you can check many other ingredients here and hopefully try to find some insights or social issues to further tackle with. If you are interested in one specific area, you can go to this neighborhood profile. By clicking one area, then we can load all the visualizations related with that particular area, like their demographics, their occupation, income groups. So that's the current shape of the Gazetteer project. It was based on the Census 2011 datasets, and everyone knows that this is 2019, and we have some updated datasets later. That's why we want to use this opportunity by this collaboration to update the data set behind Gazetteer and hopefully create more visualizations. That's the open source repository where you can find all the source code and all the data sets. Probably you are interested in several parts. One part is the README part. This is going to be a bit technical, but for those who know Docker, you will be able to launch a local copy of this website within minutes by a few keystrokes, hopefully. If you encounter problems, feel free to find me. We can do the troubleshooting together. If you wonder how we get the data, you can go to the scripts folder. From the scripts folder, you can find a bunch of Python scripts or shell scripts that help us to collect a data set from different government websites, merge them, clean them up, and finally turn them into this combined form. And those CSV, they look much nicer and it's much easier for our backend to use. So that's the basic layout of our open source project. We're going to omit the details here. We can talk about later. In order to find the 2016 by census results, you can go to this website. And we know that there are some updates here. Government also have their own tabulation service. So this build your own table is very like the Gazetteer neighborhood profile or data mapper. However, the UI is not so easy to use. You can test that out. So this could be one source for us to find the updated data. However, as we know that some of you are the MPA students, and probably you have some connections so that you can try to set up certain conversation, the meetings with the census department, and hopefully they might provide us with the raw data. As far as I know, as far as I heard before, the department is willing to open up the data sets. It's just a matter of the context and the positioning of a meaningful project. So hope we can save some trouble in data collection. Okay, so that's the basic introduction of the Gazetteer project and what we want to do. After we finish the first basic task, that is to update the data from 11 to 16, then we can try to create more forms of visualization. For example, by considering one variables, you can show the values by area, by time, by indicator, by age, by income, etc. Of course, we can also show two variables. We can show their correlation. For example, by scatter plots, we can also show the grouped results with, for example, dual axis bar charts. There are so many things to think of here. As we get the data, we can try to brainstorm later. And for our MPA students, you can help the data collection, verification, and cleaning parts. But hopefully, we can get the raw data from the census department so as to save the trouble here. Once we finish the technology part, we can also help on the downstream. We tell stories and try to connect with some domain issues. For example, transportation. How many people transport or travel across areas every day for their work? Or find some correlation, like is income level correlated with the education level? In that way, we may find some positioning in specific domains, and with that positioning, we may approach some funders and submit our fundraising proposal. And hopefully, we could secure a good sum of funds so that in the end, we can hire a developer to work on this for several years. That makes the project more sustainable. If time permits, we can also try something more advanced, like building a dashboard of charts. And one function that's quite powerful is so-called cross filter, like what I'm showing here. This is the airplane delay records. Now you see 4 charts, and the beautiful thing is that the 4 charts are connected. If you select one chart, you can see other part of the chart. Other charts also changes. That is what we call cross filter, because one chart performs as a filter to other charts, not only for just visualization. Okay, so that makes the visual analysis possible. If we have further time, we can refer to this project called Data USA. Because of time limit, I'm not going to show you the details. It's a very cool project, and positioning or the route is very like the Gazetteer project. So you can compare to this Data USA project and hopefully to gather some ideas. Okay, so that's the very quick introduction. Hope you find this useful. Feel free to find me for any questions, and wish everyone a successful project. Thank you.